On the eve of the company's listing, the boss husband originally planned to announce it with you at the celebration banquet, but was intercepted by his new junior sister. The two of them clasped their fingers in public, and the younger junior sister said, "Cope with this lie, Mr. G. If you specifically chose today to make the official announcement to me, will it take up public traffic?" Not only did her husband not refute, but he also arranged for her to be fully responsible for the most important project. Seeing you worse island, your colleague who was close to you couldn't help but whispered, "Aren't you going to say a few words?" It was obviously you who negotiated this project. You didn't fight or fight, took off the technical director's work badge and stuffed it into the hands of the junior sister. Boss G has spoken, and there is nothing for me to do next. This position of technical director is just a congratulations on your success in love and career. Seeing that you not only gave the position of the chief director to the junior sister, but also bowed to her lightly, everyone was stunned and disgusted. The chief director was drunk. The 30 million project was actually handed over to a newcomer. Everyone knows that she had gastric bleeding and high blood pressure for the project. She is the biggest contributor, but Zhu Wei has made an indispensable contribution. If she hadn't worn a shoulder-bearing dress to discuss the cooperation that day, the topic was still being discussed, and at this time someone started to make a noise, and everyone started to applaud. The atmosphere of the banquet was pulled to the highest. Everyone praised you for being generous and worthy of being a capable person in the company. Seeing Zhu Wei's unwillingness to accept the offer, you directly stuffed your work badge into her deep V neckline and turned away. No one knows that you and Ji Wenjuan have been married for 6 years. He said that rashly announcing the relationship would cause trouble and reduce the company's value, so he hiding the fact that he is married, but he has never rejected the business dealings of the women. After so many years of marriage, you are not allowed to post even a circle of friends showing your affection, and you are not allowed to hold hands even when shopping. You have to look forward and backward when you go home for fear of being discovered. For this reason, you and him have quarreled many times, and he has been fooled by all kinds of pie-in-the-sky and coaxing. It was not until the company went public that he finally said that he was going to make an official announcement with you at the celebration banquet. I didn't wait for Ji Wenjuan's official announcement, but I saw him and Zhu Wei holding hands. That project was obtained by you working overtime and staying up late every day, exhausting every drop of your hard work, and finally impressing the partners. But now he wants Zhu Wei to be in charge of this project. Isn't this clearly undermining you? They can do whatever they want with this project. Arriving at the parking lot, you started the car and prepared to leave, but Zhu Wei suddenly appeared in front of you. She knocked on the car window as if she had something to say. You rolled down the window, but found that her chest was full of red and swollen scratches, and her clothes were torn to pieces, which made people imagine a lot. She raised her work badge and shook her hair proudly, and the fake fat on her chest swayed with this shake. "I'm sorry, Sister Yao, today I caused President Ji not to announce it to you. You won't blame me, right? President Ji asked me to follow up the project with full authority, and I still don't understand a lot of things, so I'll ask Sister Yao to do it when the time comes." Sister Yao is a famous cow horse in the company. I don't think you will refuse, right? "Let go of my hand." You didn't even look at her, just said coldly. Zhu Wei became more and more proud, shaking her work badge and getting closer. You pressed the button and were about to close the window when you heard an urgent footstep in the distance. "Yao, what are you doing? Let go of Zhu Wei. Come to me if you have anything to say." Ji Wenjuan yelled at you and rushed towards you. Before you could react, you heard Zhu Wei's terrified scream. "Sister Yao, what President Ji said was just a joke. Don't take it seriously. I know that my ability is not as good as yours, and I have never coveted your position. Can I return your ID card to you? Please don't destroy my hand." Zhu Wei still screamed in fear, even though you had stopped pressing the button to close the car window. She widened her eyes as if forcing herself to shed a few tears. Jiao and Zhuan had already rushed over and happened to see the scene directed and acted by Zhu Wei, but mistakenly thought that you were abusing her because of jealousy. Ji Wenjuan opened the car door, pulled you out of the car roughly, and slapped you hard. Because you were too strong, you were slapped down at Zhu Wei's feet. Zhu Wei took the opportunity to quietly use the heel of her high heels to roll over your finger bones, and you screamed in pain. Ji Wenj, one thought you were being hypocritical and yelled at you. Yao, stop acting like this. If I hadn't arrived in time, Wei Wei's hand would have been ruined by you. Wai Wei returned your ID card with good intentions, but you judged her by your own standards. I don't think you are suitable for this project at all. Ji Wenchuan's angry roar echoed in the parking lot, and Zhu Wei smiled behind him. You looked at them coldly and slowly stood up. Seeing that your finger was really bleeding, Jiao Wenjuan's angry expression relaxed. What's wrong with your hand? Jian Juan was about to step forward to grab your hand, but suddenly Zhu Wei covered her heart uncomfortably and fell back. The noise behind him interrupted Ji Wenjuan. He stretched out his hand to catch Zhu Wei with a nervous look on his face. Brother Wenjuan, my finger hurts so much, and my heart suddenly twitches. Ji Wenjuan picked up the weak Zhu Wei by the waist. Don't be afraid, Wai Wei. I'll take you to the hospital immediately. He turned back and said to you fiercely, if Wai Wei has any accident, I will only blame you. The car drove away. You looked at the disappearing back with a dead heart, bandaged the wound simply, and took out your mobile phone to make a call. That number has given you a beacon-like guidance in countless desperate moments. After the call was dialed, the other party quickly picked up. Hello, I am Yi Yao. Your company sent me an invitation and I accepted it. The year you just graduated, you received an offer from a large company with a probation period of 5 digits. At that time, you and Zhao Wan had been in love for a year, and because he was frequently rejected when looking for a job, he had the idea of starting a business. As his girlfriend, and in the period of passionate love, of course you fully support him. You decisively gave up the invitation from the big company and started a business with Ji Wenjuan. The early stage of starting a business was very difficult. Because you had no money and no connections, you had to put down your face and beg for cooperation from various companies. After half a year, the company still did not improve. He said he wanted to give up and find a class, but you didn't want to give up. You don't like things that are abandoned halfway. As long as he hasn't completely lost hope, you must complete it. Another half a year later, one of your plans was finally appreciated by the director of a big company. With this project, the company's value soared by millions overnight. Many companies heard the news and begged to cooperate with you. Seeing that the company had improved, Ji Wenjuan quit his job and came back to continue starting a business with you. At the celebration banquet for the first anniversary of the company's establishment, there were only the two of you. He took out the diamond ring and knelt on one knee to you. Say, Yao, marry me, okay? You covered your mouth with emotion, and you couldn't hide the happy smile that was rising. Tears burst out of your eyes and flowed down your cheeks to the corners of your mouth. It was sweet. Of course, that was the only time it was sweet. As the company grew bigger, Ji Wenjuan began to strictly forbid you from having intimate actions with him in public, on the grounds that it would affect business dealings and cause unnecessary disputes. For the development of the company, you endured it in order to let him have no worries. You endured it. But year after year, your heart gradually turned cold from the initial enthusiasm. In the past few years, it's not that no company has thrown you an olive branch, but because of Ji Wenjuan, you rejected them all. You have been waiting for him to make an official announcement with you and give you a formal identity until Zhu Wei appeared and slapped his face for what he said before. It turned out that his so-called impact on the company's reputation was false, and it was true that he thought you were not worthy of being in the upper class. Zhu Wei is younger, prettier, and smoother than you, but he forgot that this company can come to this day because of whose persistence. After you got home, you packed your luggage while looking at the house where you have lived for 6 years. Although the space is small, it has witnessed your years of hard work. You only packed your belongings, and you didn't touch anything related to Ji Wenjuan. The youth in the past was wasted, and now you just want to live for yourself. After thinking for a long time, you still called the partner and told them that the technical director had changed. You are no longer responsible for the project, and the new director would follow up. Then you contacted the Industrial and Commercial Bureau and informed them of some of the company's behaviors. After packing up, you sent a resignation application to the personnel department and plan to report to the new company after the handover tomorrow. Just then, Ji Wenjuan called. Where are you? Hearing that it was from home, he seemed relieved. Yeah, I owe you an official announcement at today's celebration banquet. Don't worry after this busy period. When the company goes public, I will make it up to you. No need. What did you say? You can even imagine Qi Wenchuan frowning again. You took a deep breath and said to him the words that you had been brewing for a long time. Qi Wenchuan, let's get a divorce. The moment you said it, you felt unprecedented relief. It seems that ending a marriage that has long lost love is not as difficult as imagined. Ji Wenchuan said impatiently, Yao, can you stop making trouble? I've given you a way out, don't be shameless. How can you be my CEO's wife in the future if you're so petty? If you have anything to say, tell me later. I have work to do. I'm hanging up first. Without waiting for your response, Ji Wenchuan hung up the phone in a hurry. But when you open the circle of friends, you see Zhu Wei's update, Mr. Ji is really handsome and kind. I felt uncomfortable in the middle of the night and sent me to the hospital without saying a word. The picture shows Ji Wenchuan's back paying the bill at the window. You sneered. Is this the work he is busy with? That night, you moved to the guest room to sleep so as not to see him. As a result, you woke up the next day and found that he had not returned all night. Even if you are determined to divorce, your heart is still hurt. Did he rush to sleep with another woman? Looking at the phone, there was no call or message, but Zhu Wei's circle of friends had many likes uncommon. You tittied your appearance and prepared to go out, but the door was pushed open first. Ji Wenjuan walked in with a small blue gift box in his hand. When he saw you pushing a suitcase, he frowned. Why are you carrying a suitcase? Where are you going? You handed the divorce agreement to him. I have signed it. Please sign it when you are free. Ji Wan didn't take it but grabbed you with his backhand. The expected slap and curse did not come, but instead there was a gift box in his hand. Open it and take a look. You looked at the box in confusion, and seeing that you were hesitant to move, Ji Wenchuan took it back and opened the box. In the blue velvet box, there was a dazzling galaxy necklace, which was exactly the same as the one Zhu Wei wore at the celebration banquet. Yao Yao, this is the anniversary gift I prepared for you. Didn't you say you wanted a necklace before? I'll put it on you. As he said that, Ji Wenchuan picked up the necklace and wanted to tie it around your neck. You felt sick when you thought that he even bought the necklace wholesale. No need, leave it to your junior sister. Unexpectedly, your calm attitude made him completely furious. Yao, I warn you, don't use divorce to pressure me. Zhu Wei and I are just superiors and subordinates, and your speculation is completely unfounded. While I still have patience, put on the necklace quickly, otherwise I will make you pay for it. Listening to Ji Wenchuan's threats, you suddenly felt that he was like a primary school student. How could you have chosen such a man? You didn't have time to deal with him, so you contacted your friend, the lawyer, and asked him to help you prepare for the divorce lawsuit. But you didn't expect that when you arrived at the company, there would be a bigger surprise waiting for you. Just like it was rehearsed in advance, there was an uproar in the office as soon as you entered the door. No one was working during the working hours, and everyone gathered around Zhu Wei. Zhu Wei was dressed up today and looked like a peacock. The badge on her fake chest that said Technical Director was particularly dazzling, and her colleagues were all complimenting her. Sister Zhu Wei looks so beautiful today. It's true that new officials are different. Sister Zhu Wei treated us to milk tea on her first day after her promotion. She's so nice. Boss Ji and Sister Zhu Wei are a perfect match. The company will definitely get better and better under your leadership. As soon as she saw you, Zhu Wei came over and took your hand enthusiastically. Yeah, we were just ordering milk tea to celebrate my promotion. What do you want to drink? I'll treat you. You pushed her arm away. No need. Then you turned and walked towards the HR office. Zhu Wei seemed to be unwilling to stop humiliating you and insisted on dragging you. Yeah, I know you have grievances, but you are lazy at work and have a bad attitude. It is your own fault that President Xi demoted you. Let's compete fairly. I became the technical director based on my own strength, and I have a clear conscience. Before she finished speaking, you raised your hand and slapped her. Think about it in your heart. How many projects have you participated in the technical department? How much do you know? Zhu Wei covered her face that was numbed by the slap and glared at you fiercely. The next second, hurried footsteps were heard outside the door. Ji Wenjuan came in and protected Zhu Wei behind him. Ye Yao, you are so crazy that you dare to use workplace violence against Wei Wen. If you kneel down and apologize to Wei Wei right now, I can still consider keeping you. Otherwise, you can just pack up and leave. Seeing that the boss said so, a colleague on the side echoed, Yes, Sister Yi Yao, just give in. This matter was originally your fault. Sister Wei Wei just took office on the first day. Not only did you not congratulate her, but you also hit. It's too vicious. This kind of person staying in the company is an invisible bomb. President Ji, please think twice. You looked at this group of people singing the same tune with cold eyes and couldn't help interrupting. Sorry, you misunderstood. I came here today to resign. At this time, the human resources manager came over and said something in Ji Wenjuan's ear. The next second, his eyes widened with anger. Yi Yao, the company is about to go public. Do you have to go against me? Isn't Wei Wei younger and more capable than you? Do you have to take advantage of her? If you leave, this project will not give you a single cent of dividends. It all goes to Wei Wei. Boss Ji, I'm determined to leave. Please approve my resignation application as soon as possible. Seeing your firm attitude, Zhu Wenjuan snatched the resignation letter from the HR manager and signed it quickly, not forgetting to add, when the company goes public, I will distribute dividends to each employee and reward the management with a luxury car. Now I declare that Yi Yao is no longer a member of our company. Come on, get her out. Everyone looked at each other and dared not move. After all, everyone has seen how much you have contributed to the company. You took out your phone and glanced at the message, silently counting down in your heart. Just now, the partner in the Industrial and Commercial Bureau contacted you and were on their way. 3, 2, 1. A few people in work clothes came in from outside the door. Mr. G, your company has replaced the project director privately, which seriously violated the contract. We have decided to cancel our cooperation with your company and require your company to pay 10 million yuan in liquidated damages. The staff of the Industrial and Commercial Bureau immediately added, We found that your company has withdrawn funds and replaced senior executives. We have now terminated your listing application and please actively cooperate with our investigation. As soon as the voice fell, everyone was shocked and their eyes focused on Ji Wenjuan and Zhu Wei. Zhu Wei was still young and obviously had never dealt with such a scene. She grabbed Ji Wenjuan's sleeve helplessly and pitifully. Brother Wenjuan, what should I do? Perhaps it was Zhu Wei's delicate voice that aroused Ji Wenjuan's desire to protect him. He quickly stabilized his emotions and said sternly, When did we change the person in charge in the senior executives? It's completely false. Our person in charge, Yao, is he. If you don't believe it, you can ask her. Yao, is that right? As he said that, he pulled your clothes and winked at you. You don't bother to pay attention to him and look at the partner calmly. In fact, the company you agreed to join is them. When the partner learned about your experience, they expressed deep sympathy and decided to give Ji Wenjuan a blow. You raised the resignation letter that just signed. Sorry, I have resigned and am no longer an employee of your company. When Ji Wenjuan heard this, he wanted to rush over to cover your mouth, but he was a step too slow. Then he snatched your resignation letter and threw it into the trash can. Gently holding your shoulders, the attitude was very intimate, so intimate that he forgot that this was a public place. Excuse me, everyone, but I still have to announce that Yi Yao is my wife. We have had conflicts over some trivial matters in life recently which affected our work. I am really sorry. I assure you that the project leader of Yishuan will not be changed, and the technical director will not be changed. As for the withdrawal of funds, I will cooperate with the investigation. There must be some misunderstanding. As soon as Ji Wenjuan finished speaking, everyone was shocked. Boss Ji, you and sister Yao are actually husband and wife. This absurd and explosive information made the whole office extremely noisy. Seeing that the situation had taken a turn for the better, Ji Wenjuan took the opportunity to break your hand and interlock your fingers. He held your hand and raised it. Ye Yao and I have been married for 6 years. We have experienced wind and rain together and witnessed the rainbow. In the future, my wife and I will continue to work hard to make Yichuan one of the top 100 in the country. I hope everyone will support us. Immediately, colleagues applauded enthusiastically. Seeing the people from the partner in the Industrial and Commercial Bureau frowning and ignoring Ji Wenjuan's playful behavior, you pushed him away coldly. Mr. Ji, it was you who insisted on demoting me, on letting Zhu Wei serve as the technical director. There is also a divorce agreement. Please deal with it as soon as possible, otherwise I will initiate a divorce lawsuit. At this time, the partner in the Industrial and Commercial Bureau stepped forward. Miss G, we need to talk to you about the breach of contract. G, please cooperate with the investigation. Seeing that the situation was irreversible, Su Wei rushed over and grabbed you. Sister Yi Yao, I know you are very angry, but Yichuan is your hard work. You can't be so ruthless. Mr. G and I are just superiors and subordinates. Please don't misunderstand. And the technical director's work card, return it to you. I just borrowed it for fun. As she said that, she took off the work card and was about to put it on your head. You slap your work badge with one hand. No need, I'll give it to you if you like to play. You picked up the resignation letter from the trash can, but Ji Wenjuan grabbed it like crazy and tore it into pieces. Yi Yao, don't refuse a toast. Once you leave this door, you will never come back. I want to see which company is willing to hire a petty and treacherous employee like you. Believe it or not, I have plenty of ways to make it impossible for you to gain a foothold in the industry. Hearing this, colleagues also advised kindly, fearing that they would lose their jobs. Sister Yi Yao, don't act on impulse. If there is anything, discuss it properly. Don't let the trivialities of marriage affect the fate of the company. You thought it was funny and couldn't help laughing. Ji Wenjuan frowned vigilantly. What are you laughing at? Ji Wenjuan, do you want to listen to what you are saying? Besides, if it weren't for me, this company would have been finished long ago. After saying that, you turned and left. Over the years, you have been used to working behind the scenes and don't like to be in the spotlight. Xia Wenjuan thought that you were basically isolated from the world, except for taking over the business. He didn't know that you had accumulated more connections than him. After all, the big guys value the content and creativity of the project, not the appearance of the company. Seeing that you didn't even look back, Zhou Wenjuan gave an ultimatum. Yeah, if you really want a divorce, you can only leave the house with nothing? You waved your hand. It's okay, I don't want anything. Who had just been holding you and begging you immediately changed her attitude and walked over to hold Ji Wenjuan's hand. Brother Wenjuan, don't keep someone who is not worthy. I will accompany you in the future. Ji Wenjuan stared at your back as you walked away, and loneliness gradually emerged in his eyes. Away from the smoky office, you dragged your suitcase to report to the new company. The HR received you very warmly, and after completing the entry procedures, he took you to find a house nearby. On the way to the house viewing, a tall and handsome man appeared in front of you. The HR immediately acted respectful. Vice President, I'll bring Miss Yi here to view the house. You looked up and felt that the man looked familiar. On the day the project was finalized, you took the contract to the partner company and had a glimpse of the vice president. The vice president's handsome eyebrows slightly raised. I have an empty house here, but no one has lived in it for a long time and it needs to be cleaned. If Miss Yi doesn't mind, I can rent it to you for free. You were flattered. How can I be so embarrassed? We have to cherish Allens like Miss Yi. The house issue was solved so happily. The subsequent work went smoothly, and colleagues were enthusiastic and each spoke with strength. Most of the time, everyone focused on the work at hand and discussed and communicated in time when encountering any problems. There is no gossip, no comparison, and no bad atmosphere of forming cliques here. You like this working atmosphere very much. Once upon a time, Yichuan's working atmosphere was like this. Everything changed after Ji Wenjuan recruited his junior sister. During this period, Zhou and Juan kept sending you all kinds of messages. The content and emotions of each message were different. It can be seen that he was trying to make you change your mind in various ways. Sometimes it was a threat. Yeah, you have to think clearly about the consequences of divorcing me. I can make you stay at the grassroots level for the rest of your life, or I can make you unable to eat a single bite of food. Sometimes it was a compromise. Come back. Isn't it good for us to be like before? What's more, everyone knows that we are husband and wife now. Sometimes it was a provocation. After Wei took office, she quickly negotiated a 10 million project. Yeah, this company will still be thriving without you. You thought it was funny and replied, but now you owe a huge amount of money and terminate your listing due to breach of contract and investigation, right? There was no sound on the other side immediately. Opening the moments, you saw a photo posted by Zhu Wei with the caption, "Sometimes men express their love in such a direct and rough way." The photo was of a red luxury car with the lights shining on the car body, and the backs of a man and a woman kissing were particularly conspicuous, and it still received countless likes uncommon. You saw Joe Winshon's comment, "Love you." This show of affection was so affectionate that it made people shudder. What are you looking at? A huge shadow fell behind you, scaring you. He wanted to hide your phone out of guilt, but Fuzanze still found it. Seeing Zhu Wei's moments, he frowned slightly. Is he the mistress who interfered with your marriage? You worst undone didn't know what to say for a while. Fuzanze smiled and scratched his head with a hint of apology. "I'm sorry the news about you and Mr. She has spread in the circle. If it really affects you, you can delete them. Our company will not cooperate with them in the future." Fuzan's expression became sharp. "It's time to punish them." A month later, the most grand event in the circle, the Smart Home Expo. Major companies are actively participating, and each company will display its latest home products at its booth. Fuzan's has been preparing for this expo for nearly half a year, and everything is ready. However, during the repeated testing process, I always feel that it still lacks some creativity. You watch your colleagues tinkering seriously, repeatedly pondering and simulating in your mind. If this light here was changed to a different color, will it have a more visual impact? After hearing this, your colleagues think it is feasible, so they change the color and test it again. The moment the light comes on, the whole audience is in an uproar. Yeah, you are simply a genius. This idea is simply the finishing touch, which instantly improves the style of the entire product. Thanks to Yi Yao, our expo will definitely end successfully. Fu Zhangze suddenly appeared behind him, looking at the smart bedroom lamp and said, "Just a few days before the expo, you saw that Ji Wenjuan's company released a new product preview and found that their product copied one of your previous designs exactly, but just changed the color. Unexpectedly, Zhu Wei's so-called talent could not escape plagiarism in the end. You decided to give them some color to soon it was the day of the expo, and the enemies met on a narrow road. Your company's booth was only a few meters away from Ji Wenjuan's. Seeing Ji Wenjuan bussing around in the booth, looking sloppy, Zhu Wei sneered, "Hey, isn't this Sister Yi Yao? I haven't seen you for a long time. How come you look 10 years older? I didn't expect that you have to do it yourself to set up a booth. Can't you afford to hire a porter? Also, I forgot to tell you that after Brother Wenjuan's efforts, the company will be listed again soon, and he will officially announce his marriage to me at that time. You were busy setting up and you motioned impatiently. Please move aside, don't get in the way here." Zhu Wei was unhappy and pushed you hard. The ceramic lampshade in your hand fell to the ground in an instant, breaking all over the floor. "You!" Zhu Wei pretended to be surprised and took a few steps back. "Oh, Sister Yi Yao, why are you so clumsy? Are you too old to work?" Ji Wenjuan followed closely and put his arm around Zhu Wei's shoulders. "Why are you so poor now that you have to work as a mover in another company? Yi Yao, I really can't do it without you. How is it? Are you okay?" Fuzanze ran over, squatted down, and looked at your leg scratched by the porcelain pieces, wanting to bandage you. Ji Wenjuan was angry. "Who are you? Touch my wife," he said, and was about to grab Fuzanze's collar. Unexpectedly, Fuzanze had practiced it before and subdued him in a few moves. "Mr. Ji, this is an exhibition. Please respect yourself." Zhai Wenjuan pulled Zhu Wei away angrily. "Are you okay?" Fuzanze looked at you with concern. You shook your head and continued to work. After everything was arranged, you walked around and visited the works of peer companies. When you saw Yixuan's booth, you frowned at the parameters on the product. "This parameter is obviously wrong. Didn't they notice it? I don't know if it was to save costs. They used the cheapest material with a cheap plastic feel. Such products are not even good enough, let alone smart." In order to motivate major companies, the expo also set up a creative competition, and the companies that won the ranking will receive a new round of financing. For this competition, you have made sufficient preparations and you have repeatedly polished it countless times in terms of materials and design creativity. You have a clear conscience whether you win or not with such a result. Unexpectedly, when you moved the product to the stage for display, Zhuwei suddenly rushed out and bumped into you, and the carefully made ceramic lampshade shook and fell to the ground, cracking all over the floor. This is the last lampshade you prepared this time. Su Wei stuck out hurt unhypocritically. Sorry, I didn't notice. Just when your colleagues were in a huge panic, you borrowed the artificial cloud used for decoration at the expo from the staff, rubbed it a little, and then put it into the wick. The moment the light came on, the whole audience was in an uproar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the bedroom lamp we are going to show this time. In combination with the theme of environmental protection, our lampshade can be replaced at any time according to our own preferences, such as artificial clouds. With the color change, we can get clouds of different colors, adding fun to life. Then you gradually introduce the functional highlights and usage of the bedroom lamp to the audience. The moment the speech ended, the whole audience burst into warm applause. Fu Zhangzhe looked at you with appreciation. Zhu Wei on the side stomped her feet in anger. But she didn't know that you were not going to let her go this time. As she was explaining her work, the PPT on the screen, which was originally a product introduction, was replaced by a few big words. Zhu Wei is a plagiarist. The jury frowned immediately. Ms. Su, what's going on? Can you explain it? Su Wei eagerly clicked on the file, but no matter what, it didn't respond. The screen changed and evidence of Zhu Wei plagiarizing one of your designs appeared on it. Everyone present was shocked. You and Fu Zhangzhe looked at each other, and finally he winked at you. Your heart beats wildly, and you hardly looked away. You spent a little time and did something in Zhu Wei's PPT in advance, implanting all the evidence of her plagiarizing your work into the PPT, and when she opened it, everyone would know the truth. This expo brings together the world's top companies. The impact of exposing plagiarism in such a place can be imagined. But Zhu Wei should have borne these retribution as long ago. You walked up to the stage, took the microphone, and said that everyone righteously, Yizhuan copied the design of the smart cooking machine I displayed at the World Expo last June without my consent. I am now going to report Yizhuan Company by real name, and I also ask Yizhuan to give a reasonable explanation and response. For a while, the audience was talking a lot, and everyone was clamoring for Zhu Wei to respond. Zhu Wei was so anxious that she didn't know what to do and looked at Ji Wenjuan for help. Ji Wenjuan felt embarrassed and turned around to escape the scene, but was caught by the police who arrived. Now we have received feedback from tourists that the exhibits in your booth are flammable and explosive. Some tourists have been injured after contacting your products and were rushed to the hospital for treatment. We now suspect that your company deliberately developed counterfeit products. Please come with us and go back for investigation. Ji Wenjuan panicked. What does it have to do with me? The RD of products is under the jurisdiction of the technical department. If you want to arrest someone, you should arrest the director of the technical department. Zhu Wei on the stage witnessed herself being dragged into the water. Zhu Wei was furious and rushed to grab Zhu Wenjuan. Zhu Wenjuan, you actually betrayed me. You forced me to be the technical director. I didn't want to be one at all. Uncle Police, don't arrest me, arrest the boss. Everything was planned by him. Seeing the two people fighting, you feel both funny and helpless. In the end, Yizhuan Company was sealed by the Industrial and Commercial Bureau and delisted because of the development of counterfeit and dangerous goods. As for when it will be unsealed, it seems that there is no time limit. Ji Wenjuan and Zhu Wei face 2 years in prison and a fine of 2 million yuan. It is said that they often fight in prison and are caught by the prison guards to face the wall. Fu Zhangzhe asked you, do you want to visit Ji Wenjuan? After all, he is your ex-husband. You had a good time, didn't you? You smiled. No need, those times are gone forever. The Ji Wenjuan in my mind left me a few years ago. He and I should have lost our feelings from the moment he refused to disclose our identities. After get off work, you walked out of the company building. It was getting darker, the lights were on, the night was blurred, but your future became clearer. Your future will get better and better. It will definitely be.